welcome to Introduction to Geology. My name is Paul Eric and I'm going to be your teacher this semester. And this video is just to introduce you to Canvas and then all of the different buttons that you can access to get more information about the course. So this is called your home page here, and you should be watching this video right here, and then here is a introductory statement that you ought to read, and just tells you about what geology is all about. And then here is some instructions on what a typical lesson is going to be like in this course. And over here it shows my email address and then my telephone number and then where I'm located at here on the Springfield campus, and then my office hours, and then just some interesting things about me. Okay, now here is you're currently on what's called the home page. So if you click on this button, it will always take you to this picture. Now the bulk of the materials are going to be found in the modules. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Okay, so under the modules you have your calendar that's going to be telling you what is going to be coming up in the class. Okay, if you're interested in knowing what other classes I'm teaching so that you would know when to contact me if you have a problem, that is on this course schedule right here. Here is a copy of the final exam schedule if you are if you need to look it up for this class or other classes. And then we'll go over this in lab. This is called the classroom procedures, and it's going to tell you what to do in case of a fire or tornado or gunman. Okay, then don't worry about the cities project here. So now we're going to go down here to where it says science and math skills. So you need to know algebra for this class, and you don't need to know trigonometry, you don't need to know calculus. This is a series of topics on different aspects of science and math, so you're probably not going to need to go through any of this. But like for example, here is the scientific method. So if we click on that, here is the PowerPoint for it, and then here is a video on the scientific method. And so it's just a bunch of videos on math and science. Okay, now here is the lecture materials. So this is very, very important. So this is where all the stuff that we're going to be doing in class is going to be found at. So if you click on Prelude, what is geology, you will see that I have videos. Now you don't need to watch the videos. So the videos are only for if you are sick or you can't make it to class, then you can watch the videos to get caught up. Otherwise, you do not need to watch these videos. So it's basically a video lecture of what I would be doing in class. And then here is the PowerPoint though. So you probably would want to open this up, have it ready when we do the lectures in class, and then you can make notes on it. But that would be the PowerPoint that's going to go with this lesson. Okay, then always go to the bottom of the lesson and to see if there's anything else that's been written down here. So like for example, if I go to the next lesson, so again, here's the PowerPoint, here's the videos that go with the PowerPoint, and if we go down here at the bottom, you'll notice that there's other stuff. So there is going to be a place where you can click, and then that's going to take you to your textbook, your electronic textbook. And then this particular lesson is going to be chapter 1. And then the previous teacher had her notes for the class. And so that's what this would be, chapter 1 notes. So you probably don't need to do this if you are doing my PowerPoints. And then down here, it's going to tell, it talks about completing the guided learning exploration. That's your homework. So that's the homework. It's on your website that you're going to go to, and you will complete that. And then sometimes there is going to be some videos, and then sometimes there's going to be a lab that you will need to complete. So all of this information is going to be after the PowerPoint, my PowerPoint, and after my lectures. So let's go back to the modules. And again, here is the lecture material. So you're going to be spending the bulk of the semester in this particular module. Okay, and then down here is some things about how to get onto the website where the homework, and so it's called Norton. Okay, and then here are some more stuff that you might want to look at. Okay, so now let's go over here. This is where your grades are. You'll be able to find out how you're doing in the class and your grades. And then here are the course announcements, so you might want to check that occasionally. And then here you can find out your attendance, and then how many days that you have missed. And now here is the course syllabus. So let's go ahead and click on the course syllabus. And so here's our meeting times, and it also tells the time when we're going to be having a lab. Again, more contact information about me. Okay, then you want to read this material here about your textbook. So you will have an electronic copy of the textbook, Essentials of Geology with an access code. And during the first week of class, we will learn how to get onto your textbook, and then also how to access your homework. Okay, here's a description of the class that you're taking right now, and here's the objectives, and then here is the breakdown of the grades and how I will be grading in the class. And on the first, when we go over this in class, I'm going to be talking about AI, and then what you can and are not allowed to do with AI in the class. So it's very important that you read all of this information, hopefully before you come to class on the very first day. Okay, so that pretty much summarizes everything that I wanted to talk to you about today. So just get kind of familiar with the home page, pressing the buttons, seeing what happens when you do that. Okay, otherwise I will see you on the first day of class.